Imagine spending your entire life chasing one dream. Imagine overcoming war, poverty, doubt, and impossible odds. Imagine becoming the first person from your country to reach football's biggest stage. Then imagine arriving at the World Cup with a valid visa, FIFA accreditation, and every document you need, only to be stopped at the airport, questioned for 11 hours, and sent home before the tournament even begins. This is not a movie. This is not fiction. This is the unbelievable story of Omar Artan, the Somali referee who made history only to find himself at the center of one of the biggest controversies of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. But what happened next shocked the football world even more. While FIFA faced growing criticism, Canada stepped forward with a message that instantly went viral. A message that turned Omar Artan from a forgotten referee into a global symbol of resilience, fairness, and everything football claims to stand for. So how did one man's World Cup dream become an international controversy? Why is Canada suddenly at the center of the story? And what does this reveal about the biggest tournament on earth? Stay with me, because this story gets even more unbelievable the deeper you go. Have you ever seen a single moment completely change the conversation around the biggest football tournament on the planet? Not because of a dramatic goal or a last-minute winner, but because of a man who never even got the chance to step onto the field. That man is Omar Artan, and his story has become one of the most talked about controversies of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. What began as a dream years in the making suddenly turned into an international debate involving FIFA Canada, political leaders, and football fans around the world. The reaction has been so powerful that many are now calling it one of the defining stories of the tournament. Omar Artan was born on June 6, 1992 in Mogadishu, Somalia. Growing up in a nation that has endured decades of instability and hardship, he found hope in football. Unlike most young football dreamers, his ambition was not to become a star player. Instead, he chose the difficult path of becoming a referee. It was a role that required discipline, leadership, and absolute dedication. Year after year, he worked his way through local competitions, learning every detail of the game and earning respect from players, coaches, and football officials. His hard work paid off in 2018 when he was added to FIFA's international referee list. For many referees, that achievement would represent the pinnacle of their careers, but for Artan it was only the beginning of an extraordinary rise. His reputation continued to grow across African football. In January 2024, he made history by becoming the first Somali referee ever selected to officiate at the Africa Cup of Nations. It was a groundbreaking achievement that inspired football fans throughout Somalia and beyond. Later, he took charge of major continental matches, including the CAF Champions League final, becoming the first Somali official to reach such a prestigious stage. By 2025, he had earned recognition as the best referee in African football after being named CAF Men's Referee of the Year. At that point, there was little doubt that he had become one of the continent's most respected officials. Then came the phone call every referee dreams about. FIFA selected him as one of the referees for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, making him the first Somali referee in history to receive that honor. It was the culmination of years of sacrifice, determination, and excellence. Everything seemed set for a historic World Cup journey. On June 6, Omar Artan arrived at Miami International Airport carrying a valid visa, FIFA accreditation, and all required travel documents. He expected to begin preparations for the biggest tournament of his career. Instead, he found himself facing an ordeal that would soon dominate headlines around the world. Reports indicate that he was questioned for approximately 11 hours by immigration officials. The questioning reportedly focused heavily on security-related concerns, despite there being no public evidence connecting Artan to any wrongdoing. After hours of uncertainty, he was ultimately denied entry into the United States, and informed that he would not be able to participate in the tournament. The news sent shockwaves through the football community. A referee personally selected by FIFA for the World Cup had suddenly been prevented from taking part before the competition had even begun. As criticism intensified, FIFA released a statement confirming that Artan would not officiate at the tournament after being denied entry to the United States. The organization emphasized that immigration decisions are made by host governments and are outside FIFA's control. FIFA also announced that Artan would receive his full World Cup compensation, including all fees and bonuses he would have earned during the tournament. While that financial decision was welcomed by many observers, it could not replace the opportunity that had been lost. A World Cup appearance is a once-in-a-lifetime achievement for most referees, and no amount of money can recreate that experience. Then something unexpected happened. Canada stepped into the spotlight and changed the direction of the story. British Columbia Premier David Eby publicly expressed support for Omar Artan and delivered a message that immediately attracted worldwide attention. He stated that Artan would be welcomed and celebrated in British Columbia for everything he had overcome to reach the highest level of football officiating. Then he made a statement that spread rapidly across social media and international news outlets. "Let's have him referee in Vancouver." Those 5 words transformed the conversation. Suddenly the focus shifted from what had happened in Miami to how another host nation was responding. To many people, Canada's reaction represented the values that football often claims to promote, including inclusion, fairness, and opportunity. The support continued to grow when Toronto Mayor Olivia Chow released her own statement. She argued that denying entry to a referee who had earned his place on the world stage through hard work and perseverance was wrong. She emphasized Toronto's commitment to fairness and inclusion and stated that Artan would be welcome to officiate in her city. More importantly, she announced her intention to formally communicate that position to FIFA. Her comments added even more weight to Canada's response. Soon, Ontario opposition leader Marit Stiles joined the growing chorus of support, stating that Artan had earned his place on the world stage and should be welcomed. Within a short period, 3 prominent Canadian political leaders had all publicly expressed the same message. Omar Artan deserved the opportunity he had worked so hard to achieve. However, there was a major obstacle standing in the way. FIFA's officiating operation for the World Cup was centralized in Miami. Every referee selected for the tournament was required to participate in training preparation meetings and official activities at the Miami hub before receiving match assignments. Since Artan had been denied entry into the United States, he could not join that system. Without access to the hub, he could not become part of FIFA's centralized officiating team. As a result, even if Canada wanted him to referee matches in Vancouver or Toronto, the tournament's organizational structure made that impossible. Critics quickly questioned why a World Cup hosted by 3 countries relied so heavily on a single location. Many argued that a more flexible system could have prevented exactly this type of situation. While FIFA faced mounting criticism, another major football organization took action. UEFA announced that Omar Artan would referee the UEFA Super Cup, becoming the first African referee ever appointed to the prestigious event. The decision was widely interpreted as a powerful vote of confidence in his abilities and professionalism. It ensured that despite missing the World Cup, Artan would still officiate one of football's biggest matches. UEFA President Alexander Ceferin emphasized the importance of football bringing people together, and many observers praised the organization for acting quickly. For supporters of Artan, the appointment felt like recognition that his achievements deserved to be celebrated rather than overshadowed by controversy. Back home in Somalia, the reaction was deeply emotional. Thousands of people gathered to welcome him upon his return. Stadiums filled with supporters eager to show appreciation for everything he had accomplished. The president of Somalia personally contacted him, and national pride was evident throughout the country. Yet despite everything that had happened, Artan remained remarkably calm and dignified. Rather than focusing on anger or disappointment, he chose to look ahead. He stated simply that what happened had happened and expressed hope that he would attend the next World Cup. His response impressed football fans around the world and further strengthened admiration for his character. Today, the Omar Artan story has become much bigger than one referee. It has sparked discussions about fairness, immigration, tournament organization, and the values that global football institutions claim to represent. Canada's reaction turned a difficult situation into a powerful statement about inclusion and opportunity. Whether FIFA will make structural changes in the future remains uncertain. Whether future tournaments will adopt different systems remains unknown. But what is clear is that this story has resonated far beyond the football community. It has become a symbol of resilience, perseverance, and the belief that talent should never be defined by circumstance.